Hello there once again, everyone. Welcome back, and it's been a very long time now since I did an OBA news video. Now, I could have just done 3 separate videos to cover these stories, but frankly, I thought, fuck it, let's do an OBA news video. Let's throw all 3 stories into one video. So first, we have Disney Interactive is dropping out of E3 2016, but will have own directs. First and foremost, remember when Nintendo said that they were leaving E3, live stage anyway, to do directs, and everyone lost their shit and said, oh, Nintendo's stupid, they're dead, blah, 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 doom and gloom. Now, granted, you could take either way how you feel about them doing that. You could say you liked it better before, or you could say you liked it better now, whatever. But now we have more people following suit. Just goes to show you that Nintendo is very influential. And so let's read this a little bit here. Another day, and it seems like another couple of companies are dropping out of E3 because I think Activision also dropped out or something. But anyway, the first company is Disney Interactive, who, according to a spokesperson, says that the team will be doing an additional direct-to-fan engagements through the summer of this year. So a lot of people seem to be saying that E3 booths are becoming too expensive and companies would rather hold their own presentations, and then blah, 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 blah. But we've known this for a while now, that it's expensive at E3, and E3 is not what it once was. That's a fact. Like, that is unarguable. But it's interesting to see this happen. I have one little problem with this, though. Not that I care. Like, I don't even pay attention to Disney, like, for anything. But do they have to have a direct? Can they not come up with their own term? Can they not just call it an online presentation or an online show or showcase or some different word variant other than direct? Nintendo did this first, whether you like directs or not. That's their thing. You can't, and then watch them be like, during their show, they're going to be like, we bring our Disney news directly to you, and I would just be like, you motherfuckers. Really? Either way, more companies are doing this, like Activision, I believe it was, or was it EA? Might have been one of the two of those. It was like leaving E3, and they have a huge booth area normally that's just going to be empty, and I can't remember if Nintendo was going to take it or something, which I wouldn't be surprised if they do with the NX and stuff, but either way, it seems more and more companies, even though these companies, Disney's fucking loaded, and they're saying, oh, it's too expensive. I guess it's expensive in the sense that they don't get enough interest to cover the cost. But I don't know, maybe instead of doing this, maybe people should be talking to E3 or Los Angeles, whatever the place is called, I forget, and having them lower the price. But I don't know. Either way, let's move on to the second story here. This is a good one. Retro Studios, it's rumor. I don't like to talk about rumors, but this is a good one. Retro Studios and Tanabe no longer on good terms? Question mark. Now, Tanabe, he was involved with Metroid Prime, and we saw him in the direct with Metroid Prime Federation Force. That abomination was his idea. So while this technically is still rumor, we can't say for sure if it's true, I would not find it too hard to believe. Because Retro's CEO stated before that they are the biggest Metroid fans there is. And then after seeing the reaction, and also Retro is very, very fan-orientated. Like, they will, show love for the fans and support to the fans and stuff like that. So there's no way that Retro hasn't seen the reaction to Metroid Prime Federation Force. So I wouldn't be surprised if they were like, really, Tanabe? You had to make that? Tisk, tisk, tisk. But anyway, so this is from some investigative sleuth, Liam Robertson. I don't know who that is, but I've heard his name on here before. He's done some leaks and stuff in the past. Sometimes he's right, sometimes he's not. He said Star Fox Zero would be delayed. I said it wouldn't, and of course I was right. But either way, either way, he's saying that they're not on good terms, and instead, where was it? There was another name in here. I like how they bring up Gordon Ramsay as like a comparison to Tanabe. I'm like, hey, Ramsay's amazing. Tanabe's an idiot. There was another name, like Sakamoto or something like that. And a lot of people were bitching about him. I can't find it in here. It's in here somewhere. But anyway, a lot of people were saying that, like, no, not Sakamoto. We don't need another Metroid Other M. Let's be honest here. We don't even know if he's involved with Retro right now? And second of all, would you rather have Metroid Prime Federation Force from Tanabe or other M2 from Retro Studios and Sakamoto? Which would lead more to what I've said before about Retro doing a Metroid game that wasn't Prime 4. So, you could see that as well. But would you rather, you couldn't argue that other M2 would be worse than Prime Federation Force. You couldn't do that. I mean, you could, but you'd be an idiot. So, I don't know. I'm still sticking by that Retro's game will be revealed at E3. Metroid U, I don't know what the official name would be, but just not Prime 4. Either way, if Tanabe's away from Retro completely, like, good. I don't like Tanabe. Get the fuck out. But, oh well. Now, third story. Interesting one. Remember when I talked about this, the Coleco Chameleon new system showing up into the market, which was, playing the old school games, the 8-bit, 16-bit. Now, other YouTubers have talked about this. Alpha Megasin, a guy named, what's his YouTube channel? Review Tech USA. I don't really care for that guy, but he does do interesting videos from now, or every time and again, or every now and again. But I can't remember my actual reaction to this. I thought it was something strange and, crazy. But news has come forward over the past little while that's basically killed this thing dead. So basically, it was exposed that this prototype, if you want to even call it that, was nothing but a Super Nintendo stuffed inside of the shell of the system. So, which was what was it, Jaguar or something, the shell? I can't even remember now. So literally, it's not even anything of their own. And the controller for the system, I don't think it shows here, but yeah, there's other pictures of like a see-through version here. The controller is a third-party Wii U Pro controller, basically. Nothing changed on their part, and it was supposed to play all these old games. Basically, it rips the old games data and just plays them like that. So it's like you could just play your old goddamn system. You don't need to buy this. And apparently the release date of this has been delayed indefinitely. They posted pictures, like the company here, on Facebook, and they took them down, which was these pictures, but they were saved, of course, by viewers. And in some of these pictures, people were able to figure out that in one of them, all they had inside, or at least one of the things that was just laying in there, was a capture card. So it didn't even do anything. It was just a fucking capture card in a, quote, game console. So again, like this, it's hilarious. I didn't support the Kickstarter. The only Kickstarter that's worthy of being supported is Yooka-Laylee. That's just a fucking fact. But it's so sad that a company... Oh, and they've actually tried to go after people who've been trying to expose this, like that Review Tech guy, and being like, take this down. So basically what happened was this group of engineers said, you have 7 days to give us a working prototype so we can analyze it and break it down ourselves to see if it's actually legit. And otherwise, they will pull their name from the project and the whole Coleco Chameleon will never exist again. But I don't know exactly when that was stated. Either way, I find this fucking hilarious. I never was going to support the thing anyway. I have, my N64. I could still hook it up if I wanted to play it. I got a Super Nintendo. No, I don't have an NES, but I got all these old games. If I wanted to play it, I could play it. Anyway, I guess that covers our 3 news stories for this OBA news video, so thanks for watching. Come back for more videos. As always, we'll see you then.